So, I've seen a few times people talking to me saying, Andrew, you're speaking at me, not with me. And I think, well, that wasn't my experience. I'm pretty sure I was speaking with you. Yet your experience, I was speaking at you. And I've been trying to find a way to kind of explain why this may seem that way. And it's really simple and really complicated, but I'm gonna do my best to keep it simple. And it goes into larger constructs. There's almost everything I'm attempting to point to is not the thing, but something beyond it, right? Because I can't tell you about the thing, I can only point. So first of all, let's kind of break it down, right? So everybody's actually talking at everyone. When I'm speaking to you right now, I'm talking at you. There's a thing in the direction, I'm projecting something outwards, an intention, an idea, or sound, and that's being sent back, right? So a with would have to be that we're both involved, but I could believe that I am talking with you while you can believe I'm talking at you. The both can be actually true at the same time. Similarly, you could believe you're talking with me, and I might say, I find you're only talking at me. So the with has partly to do with someone's perception of the situation, right? So oh yeah, I think we're both in congruence here. And there's a with, or I don't feel that you're listening to me, but not feeling that the person's listening doesn't imply that the person isn't listening. It's all based on a perception, and that perception is just simply informed by how somebody has understood that thing to be until then, right? Might sound complicated, I apologize. So I'm trying to think about how could we understand that? And then I was thinking, hopefully I can put like a little thing over here. We'll see if I can do that editing. But imagine we have an XY graph, right? An XY axis. And we're always moving along on this x-axis. And we know forward or up to be one stop on the next, right? One, even axis 1, 2, 3, negative 1, 2, 3, right? So forward or up would be 1 because that's all we know is this linearness. We have up and down, forward, back, right? When something happens and all of a sudden someone is turned, not sure how, don't know why, but there was a shift of some sort. Now that person has up to be on the y-axis, right? The up and down. So now up is this, right? But for the other person, up is this, right? So I don't think that's going to come across in two-dimensional on the screen. Well, again, I'll try to see if I can get a photo right here. So you have two people who are saying the exact same words, but they're heard in different ways because they're in two different paradigms, one on Y, one on X. Up is no longer up. Up in X, or sorry, X is not the same as up in Y. Yet for each people, they are speaking as best as they can, and they believe they're speaking with each other. Yet there's an at because the up doesn't correlate to the up. Forward does not correlate. And so this partly becomes, I think, what is going on. There's a way of attempting to show, okay, we have been in this way and there's another way. But until there's a shift, any talking towards that makes no sense. Any of this makes no sense. And that's essentially what part of these lectures are for, is to show that the whole world of thought is this. And there's a way to be without thought. We might call it without thought, or an indifferent thought, or recognizing this is thought labeling things, and this is just things as they are before thought labels it. And these two can exist together once both are achieved. But the idea of this is not this. That is still actually being here, thinking we understand this, but we're still in thought. And that's partly what these videos are partly trying to do. There's other things, but to also explain that what we perceive to be is not. So we could easily say, well, you're talking at me. That doesn't mean it's true. It just means I believe you're talking at me. Well, that's wonderful. You can believe anything you want. That's the beauty of thought. You can believe anything. I can believe I'm standing upside down right now. I don't know if that'll actually tilt me. We'll see. Hopefully that camera tilts me. So the belief or the experience isn't that relevant, even though we've been taught that. We've been said, no, your experience is very important. No, because your experience is just informed on what you've learned before then. Your experience is informed by the ideas of the belief, which are not the experience. They are the ideas of the experience. And the more that we can start to get out of that, the more we can actually see. Now, there's a There's another part of that. People say, well, why would you want to? You don't need to. That's the beauty of it. You can live in a world where you're only in thought and you're happy that way, or you think you're happy because you don't question, you just accept. And you're told that if you accept, that's okay. Logically, it makes no sense, because logically what you're saying is other people or other ideas, other institutions are imposing idea. You're taking their ideas as yours, and that is agency. How? You have just taken anything else to be what is your experience. You're allowing their experiences, their words, their concepts to be yours, and that is you having self-will. Nope. That is you having what other institutions, other experiences, everything else has informed you to be. It is a constant overlay. This is the overlay of life, or as you have learned it to be. And this is the freedom of constructs, besides the construct of no construct. And that's essentially what this is attempting to get to. But it's really difficult. Clearly, I don't know how well this is doing in terms of description for it. And that's the attempt, is to trying to sort of say, hey, there's another way. There needs to be a shift, is what it seems like. I haven't figured out how to share that shift. I don't even know how the shift happened for me. I think that's why it's sometimes called waking up. It was just like one day, everything changed, yet everything was exactly the same. What had changed was how I was relating with that. And it may continue to change, but there's a difference in things, because I am no longer in the same container. I'm no longer in the container of what things are based on what they were told to me to be. I'm in the container of what is. I'm not sure what might be. I don't know. Let's see. Let's not label it based on what we have been told it to be. Or if we do, let's recognize I am taking a shortcut. I'm labeling this thing, this experience, this idea based on what I've been told it to be. It isn't, yet that's comfortable for right now. That's agency, saying I actually don't know, that I only know what I know, that I've been informed by stuff, and I'm going to continue to do that, but I'm aware that I'm doing it. Right? I'm aware that I am giving up my control. Ironically, that is agency. And also, it's not, right? It's both at the same time. It's a paradox. And what we start to see, paradoxes are abound, because thought and what is beyond thought will always be in a paradox. They don't work, and yet they do. Longer video. Hope it makes some sense.